Hi, welcome to Branching Out. We're going to go prune a pear tree today, one of my older pear trees, and we'll see how it goes. These are the tools I'm going to be using. I got a little saw there that's good for cutting off larger limbs, small pruner, and a lopper. These are just dollar store Canadian Tire items, and we're going to see how it goes. Stay tuned.
So before I started looking on YouTube, I went at this with a chainsaw and took off whatever I thought was ugly. And then I read up a lot on how to prune and lop off branches. So stuff like this here, I obviously should bring back down to here. So that has a better way to heal and then spend a lot of its energy growing fruit. Okay, so I cut a couple of them flush off to remember to, as you can see, I cut along this line here where it's naturally going to try and heal itself. So to look at this here, looks like we got a shadow here. I'll have to come at a different angle. Okay, so say on one of these, there we go. We're gonna cut right along there. So that's to clean her up. And the same thing with anything like this here. See, we'll cut it right up here. I can't remember the names of these things, but you can see what I'm gonna do. So I'll do that and we'll show you the progress. So as you can see, I've come back and I've cut a few of these clean, and I've taken off anything I thought was dead. Anything I'm not sure about, I'll just leave. And the only other thing is I can't necessarily get up to the top here today, but you can see what we're gonna do here. And you can see there's a big mess of water sprouts in there. It's been going on way too long. So I have aggressively taken out as much as I can in the bottom, all dead, and a few crossovers, and opened it up a bit, get some of that air in the middle of it. I can just go back a bit in here, show you this tree. These trees, they're intertwined just a little bit, but a lot of dead stuff up at the top that I'll get to a little more in the spring, and I'll just pull out the dead stuff. And I'll wait till next fall or next winter to do another trimming on it, and we'll just see how it goes this summer. So I left some of these water sprouts, as you can see. I'm going to try and propagate those. There's a cool trick for doing that, and when I do that, I'll definitely make a video of it, and we'll see how the progress works out on that. All of this is an experiment. I don't believe there's really anything wrong. It's just what I think looks good and what I think is best, and we'll just have to find out. So here they are here, these water sprouts, but some of them are fairly straight and fairly large, so I'm thinking I could get a good head start on a nice tree if I take from this one here, and then the tree beside it I obviously just cleaned up around the edges. It's a lot cleaner than it looked a minute ago, and there's a bunch of the big branches I took out. And one pear trees down by the creek. I thinned out all that inside stuff there. Took off some dead. I was able to climb up this one, and she's pretty good. She produced really well last year, but they were small, so hopefully this year with a little bit of worm tea. And it's got one behind it too, but that one's just fine. Nothing I can do about that one really. And we'll see how this develops in the summer, and then I'll determine whether I need to take anything else out. So in this winter time, I've spent most of my time clearing out the left side, which this is, and building up my fence line here with all the thorny trees that I took down. I think they were black locust and hawthorns. And then here's another pear over here, the walnut in front of it. And then there's another walnut over there. And all of this had hawthorns all in here. It was like a big forest of it. And I took it all down to try and see if I can get these pear trees to go even crazier than they did this summer, which they did really well. So I got another pear over here. Those are the ones I did earlier that I'm leaving some of the leads on there, to the little water sprouts, I mean, to propagate later. It's so beautiful out here. Here's my hillside, and all of this had like a cane shrub, which is like this stuff over here. And I took it all down, had a couple fires. And I'll be developing that. I'll be concentrating myself over there and on the hillside and working my way this way. And then of course this is my pathway. I'm going to put some crush down there, pack it in a bit, and use that as my road coming up this side. Let's see, built this big fence line here out of the shrubs. It's just a windbreak. Animals can still come in and out and probably even burrow in there. And I'm thinking of putting mushrooms maybe down in the ends here, right in at the base. Be kind of dark down there, a little more shade than it probably had, but I'll see if I can get mushrooms to grow down in there. Throw some dirt in there, and then I have this other pear tree, and she's on quite a lean, and she's got a bunch of water sprouts as well. So I haven't done much to this one because I'm gonna take out a lot of those and see what I can do. But that one will clean up nicely too. So I'm all done pruning my pear trees for this year. Yeah, there's my pathway and my hillside coming. Right now, there's my hillside. These posts are all just markers for my greenhouse and elevations. You can see how pretty it is out here. It's all white. The last pear tree that I just did there. So, well, I'm not an expert, but I guess we will find out in the spring how everything turns out.